Solomon throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 67 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. The papers this week, it was all talk about how big of a game this was. Of course it is. It's the playoffs. It's the divisional round. But they handle it well. They score early.
They really did. Plenty of confidence exuded on that drive. No nerves showing. Terrific way to get things started. They are in control.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. Taking it in. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not for...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
We're set on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
Outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Partner, I know that ball security is preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now a first down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They'll go with a keeper, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jacoby Brissett with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Here we go.
Throwing again. Solomon. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But things don't improve fast then. I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a...
You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry. A chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use.
Play out across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They run the counter now on first down. And he'll push his way up to about the 44. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Solomon. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. To throw on third down. Solomon eluding the pressure right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have.
Oh, safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And hello, he's going to be knocked backward as he'll be marked down near the 42. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Let's go! Flex round! Flex round!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Solomon going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
On 3rd down, Solomon nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas, he's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. As they run the counter play. And he's brought down. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ohio! Ohio! Let's go! 190! 190!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there, taking it in. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. 1:57 to go in this first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Play fake, Brissett. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Now they try the right side here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here we go.
And a give this time to the tailback. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They go play action with Brissett. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes...
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the defense. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, Solomon. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Try 38. Try 38.
Looking to throw. Solomon. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Come on, let's go! Ohio!
To throw on third down, Solomon. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup, as we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing on first down. Solomon. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the gun, here's Brissett. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he spins through. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Now Brissett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw it right into it for an interception. They
go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Let's go. 190. Here we go. 190.
Off the bootleg. Solomon. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. And he is out of bounds just a yard or two shy of the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Let's go.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now a handoff looking right. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down. Solomon. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. That's correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, I guess we're at the stage here where they wouldn't say no to any points, but I don't think field goals are what they're looking for here in the second half.
I don't either, Brandon. When you're down as much as they are, that's the sign of a head coach waving the white flag to me.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They just get the play off. Now Brissett trying to lay one up deep. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Here's Brissett. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 28. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And he'll give it here to his running back. Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Back now here on EA Sports, as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. On play action, Brissett sliding out of the pocket. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Oh, he will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
A huge play there for Chicago. 51 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
First down throw for Brissett. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now a handoff here to his running back. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Brissett, that's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And this one is right through. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Back to throw. Solomon nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback right in the face of him puts him down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Solomon, and incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Come on, let's go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. They got 29 yards there. And that leads to a Los Angeles 1st down. Looking to throw. Solomon. And now here's another interception. Picked off around the 41. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected?
And oh, he coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
They run the counter now on 1st down. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And some room to roam now. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard right at the line of scrimmage. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. On the bootleg, it's Brissett. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 45 yards. And this offense is running away with this one. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They forced a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.